Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Ascension Stones. So if we open up our UI over here and press Ctrl H, you'll see this is your Unity level, and you can click on Evolve over here, and you'll see over here are Ascension Stones as well as your Radiant Stones. And the main topic that we're going to be talking about is refining them. When you click here, Refine Splendor, you're able to increase the rank of your Radiant Stones. So your Radiant Stones are the small ones over here. So these are all Radiant Stones, and these are Ascension Stones. So I just found out recently, because I didn't do my homework, that you are unable to upgrade your Ascension Stones. So when you use the Refinement system, it can only refine Radiant Stones and not Ascension Stones. So these big ones, you cannot increase them. You cannot get the purple tier through this upgrade system. So the purple tiers, I've gotten these two from opening the boxes, the regular boxes which give you the blue ones. There is a chance of giving purple ones as well. However, the only way to get the legendary ones seem to be from the Merchant of Wonder, as he sells those purple chests, which give you a chance to get the purple ones or the legendary ones. So today we're going to be talking about the upgrade system for the Radiant Stones though, which are the smaller stones. So you can see here that I've saved up quite a lot of these stones, and we're going to be talking about the upgrade system. So when you put one Radiant Stone over here, it says that you need to put at least 2 for refinement. So I see a lot of people online that put 2 Radiant Stones and they just refine it like this, even though it has a very low chance of getting a purple tier. I prefer to use 7. The reason why I put 7 is because it has a higher chance of getting a superior, which is a blue, which I don't really want, but it has a normal chance of becoming a heroic, which is a purple. The reason why I don't put 8 is because there's no difference. It's still normal, like it doesn't change from normal to high. So I just prefer to use 7, and I upgrade them like this. So for the sake of this video, I'll be upgrading with 7 every time on my summoner, and afterwards I'll switch to my gunner and upgrade it with 2 Radiant Stones at a time. So you can see the difference and you can compare and, use my result as a benchmark for yourself. So without further ado, let's upgrade these. Let's go refine. And voila, I was very lucky. I got a purple right here. It gives health regen in combat. And let's try that again. So let's put another 7. So for the colors of the stones, I always put the same color. That way it's 100% to give back the same color. So you saw that I put 7 blues and I got a blue stone back, even though it was a purple tier. And so now let's upgrade this one and let's see what we get here. Boom. So here I was not as lucky and I got a blue one again. So you see, essentially I wasted 7 blue stones for another blue stone. So it's not so lucky there. So next up, let's use the yellows, since I think I have 7 here. So now we'll do the 7s, the 7 yellow ones. Boom. Again, I got unlucky. I got a blue one. Now let's use the reds. So I only have 6 here, so I'm going to put a blue one in. So now you can see that there's a mix now. There's a chance of getting the Stellar Radiant or the Earthen Radiant. Earthen Radiant is the red colored one. Stellar Radiant is the blue one. There's still a higher chance of getting superior, and there's still a normal chance of getting heroic. Let's try this. And voila, I got a purple one, which is pretty cool. So you can see over here that I got a purple recovery one. Not the best, but it's better than nothing. So now I'm going to go Refine Splendor again, and this time I'm just going to put the big ones in. So this is kind of a waste because all of these big ones are going to be turned into these small ones, which is kind of a bummer. So I'm just mixing everything up here. And again, I'm just going to put 7 because putting 7 or 8 doesn't change the chance of my heroic one, which I want. I want the purple ones. So here we go. Let's upgrade. Boom. And you see that all the big ones put in, it gave me a small one in return. So let's put these. And this time we're going to put 2 purple ones. You can see over here that I've got 2 purple, and now it has a very high chance of giving me an heroic one. However, it has a low chance of giving me a legendary. So let's see how this one goes. Keep in mind, these are a lot more expensive. I don't know why these use Moonstones and this use Elysians. Maybe if I take these off? Okay, so it does get more expensive. As I put a purple, you'll see that it's very low now. But as I put another one and it goes down to low, it actually costs more resources. Now it costs 1 Moonstone Crystal as well as 1 Elysian Crystal. Let's see if I put another purple. No, it doesn't change the cost. Okay. Maybe I'll take off these and let's see if I put more purples. Let's put 2 more purples. That still doesn't change the cost. It's still a low chance. So even with 4 purples in here, it's still only a low chance of giving me a legendary. So I don't want to waste my purples. I'll just put that and keep it like this on low. Let's see if I take these 2 off. Actually, it's the same. Weird. Look at that. It's still low. Even if I just put 2 of them like that, 2 purples, it's very low. I just put a random one and it becomes low. And like even all these additional ones I put in, nothing changes. So maybe I should save these and just have 2 purples and a regular one. And let's see the chances of me getting a legendary. It says low, but I mean, whatever, let's gamble. It says here that you are using a purple. Are you sure you want to use it? Yes. Boom. Oh, we got a legendary right here. We got an orange legendary one, which gives critical. So it gives 142 critical and 142 mystic. So we got very, very lucky there. So this is probably how you're going to be min-maxing for your stones over here. Let's see if we put an orange and 2 purples. What are the chances? Yeah, you can see here it's normal for a purple, and there's a higher chance of getting a legendary, but you know, you're putting a legendary to get a legendary. So not the best use, so I'm not going to do that. However, I will be using the rest of my stones over here, the rest of the blue ones. So we'll again put it down onto a normal, and let's refine this. And we got a blue, unfortunately. So we did get a life radiant stone for a critical, which is really good for me because I like critical. I want to get more critical. So that's good there. These 2 purple ones are recovery and HP regen in combat. I don't really need them, but they do give more points. As you can see that they give more set bonus. So I will be replacing them so that it gives me a higher set bonus, the set effect. So you'll see over here when I take off, let's take off accuracy over here and put the recovery, you'll see that my set effect went up to 400. So I gained 32 attack power, I gained more HP, more critical damage, and more defense. So even though the rolls over here are not the best, like, you know, I don't really need recovery, and over here I don't really need the HP regen in combat, but just because it gives me a higher set bonus, it does give me that extra AP and just better stats over here. So that's how you're going to slowly but surely increase your set effect bonus. So another question that I get quite often is, what stats do you want to roll on your stellar radiant stones, on your earthen, and on your life radiant stones? So personally, I prefer boss attack power. So you can see over here, boss attack power +5, +5, and then I've got a critical one here and an HP regen, mainly because this is the purple one I just got. But I prefer boss attack power if you have high stats already, if you have a good balance of critical chance and critical damage already, then you can't go wrong with boss attack power. And another one that I value highly is critical, because the main way to get high crit chance is mainly from your soul shields, which is RNG. So for most players who are not able to min-max their soul shields, I think that having critical here is a good way to help you boost a little bit of critical chance so that you can benefit from it. And a lot really depends on the class you play. So you can see over here on my summoner, I've been stacking as much boss attack power and as much critical as possible, basically wherever I can. However, I am leaning towards boss attack power. Whenever I can get that, I prefer to put boss attack power over critical. However, later on, as I switch over to my Shadow Gunner, you'll see on her stats, I prioritize critical chance over boss attack power, mainly because of the way my rotation works and my skill multipliers work. So you know, on the summoner, my main source of damage is from my 2, which is Thorn Strike, as well as my F, which is Nettles. And for that, I just prefer boss attack power because my crit is relatively high to begin with. It's 56.99 at the moment. So I just prefer to have that. While on the Shadow Gunner, my damage is from Dark Shot, which is an auto attack, and I want that auto attack to crit as much as possible. That's why I prioritize critical over it. This is all personal preference. You do not have to listen to me and use what I do. You can lean towards boss attack power or lean to critical or whatever stat that you personally need. But just from personal experience, that is what I personally recommend. So now let's switch over to my gunner, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing as I did here, but I'm going to refine it 2 at a time, and we can see and compare the differences there. So I'll be right back. So over here is my Shadow Gunner. I'm going to press Ctrl H to open up my Evolves tab over here, And this time I'm going to be putting stones 2 at a time in the refine tab, and we're going to see how this turns out. So let's put these 2 and we're just going to refine. We're just going to refine all of them and we're just going to see the results. So the chance is, as it says over here, very low to get a purple, but some people prefer doing it this method. And for the sake of the video, I'm going to be doing it on the gunner, mainly because I don't really care about the gunner's ascension stones over here too much. But from what we're seeing at the moment, chances are not very good. A lot of these are blues. And lastly here. So that's all of them. You saw that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So out of the 9 fusions we didn't get a single purple. So chances are not too good. And this time we're just going to do 7 over here. So I did not get lucky and I got pretty screwed on the gunner. Well, it's fine. I did get boss attack power over here for a red. So I might switch out the HP one for boss attack power. So I have 3 boss attack powers and I've got a critical. So on my gunner, it's a little bit more uniformed. You know, I've got HP all on the yellows. I've got 3 boss attack powers and a critical. I've got 2 boss attack powers and 2 criticals. But as I said before, I'm aiming for more critical. I want to have everything critical over here because my gunner's crit chance is not very high. You see her critical's only 9,100, which is 52%. It's relatively low, and I do have a true friendship charm running right now, which gives me an extra 200 critical. So without this true friend charm, my critical rate's even lower. So since I am playing a shadow gunner, I benefit a lot from high critical chance and critical damage. So that's why I will be going critical on the gunner. Boss attack power is not a bad thing to have as well, obviously, but I just personally prefer critical on my gunner. But yeah, hopefully this video clears some things up, or at least lets you have a better understanding on how the upgrade system is. From my personal experience, the TLDR is I will always be upgrading 7 stones at a time so that I have a normal chance of getting a purple one. It seems to have paid off. And then if I have a bunch of purples, I'd always put 2 purples and 1 blue, so it has a low chance of getting a legendary, and see what happens there. If I had more purple stones, I would like to see how many purple stones it needs in order to get a normal chance of getting a legendary. I'm assuming you probably need 7 purple stones in order to have a normal chance to get a legendary. So that might be something that I could be looking for in the future and much longer term. But I got very lucky in the video, as you saw earlier. I just used 2 purple stones and 1 blue stone, and I managed to get a legendary with a low chance. So I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, hopefully this video helped. If it did, I would appreciate a subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heat?